I'm gonna start Premier Draft Zendikar Rising. So 2 days until the end of the season. 33 hours now. And I'm still Diamond Tier 2, so not a lot of time, but it can be done. So let's just try. I will try to get some wins. Let's see what can we get in the upcoming booster packs. So I think rare is quite unplayable, and I think this uncommon is the best of uncommons and rare. But let's see if some commons can be competition. I like this diviner, but I think it's worth it. This Harbor Mage. So pretty underwhelming commons. I think Pack Beast could be considered as the second best common. Probably it leaves you open for first big considerations, at least, because it leaves you open, and still I think it's nice to draw when you have some party payoffs. Okay, Harbor Mage isn't a bad first pick, but overall this booster is quite underwhelming. This one is nice, but you probably want to enable it because it's too expensive if you can do it. So it's quite a tough choice because this could be good, but it's pretty narrow, and Feed the Swarm is also one of the best cards, but this still suggests Golgari, but leaves me open to other black pairings as well, so it's not bad. I think maybe this Domination is still the best card here, and I can try to support it or just ditch it, because I don't think green is a good pairing for it. Here for green we have a nice spell land that is a removal. Rabbit Bite is also very nice, and I think probably Feed the Swarm here is the best. This one is okay. This is good, but multicolor, so So it's still not a great early pick, especially since don't have good cards in both colors right now. Black Beast is also a card to consider. This one isn't bad, but I think I'll speculate on this because other cards are still pretty underwhelming. So maybe if I end up in Azorius, I'll be very happy to have this card. So maybe blue is open, I think. These three cards are good. These are Vanquish the Weak is also a card to consider, but I think Bubble Snare is actually better dealing with a lot of stuff, and this is good removal, but still 3 mana to deal only with smaller creatures isn't that great. And blue seems open, so that's just another reason I'm taking the second Bubble Snare, so it's already pretty nice. I think Nahiri's Binding is the best card here, and maybe I could get into Azorius and use this Sparse of Adventure, and I can just ditch these good cards in black and green. So again, other good options are also white and blue. These three cards are one of the better here. So blue has some wizard synergies, so this fits, and Azorius is a party combination. So taking one of these creatures makes sense, but this is better, I think, especially if you're not Boros, because this second card to consider is, I think, good in aggressive decks like Boros, or for some warriors synergies that are also most often in Boros combination. So here I have two nice cards for me, but this Spellland is better, I think. Pack Beast is a pretty nice pick. This is actually nice. These white cards could be also considered to see play, but Bubble Snare is a better removal, I think. So I don't think I want to play this Riptide, but maybe I end up considering it. So let's just take it. So maybe I could just try to lock myself in Azorius and just pick good cards for my deck. I passed into the Royal in the first booster, so I can take this chance to pick this card, but probably the best cards. This is the best. This is good, and Vanquish the Weak is one of, and Subtle Strike. Both black commons here are quite good. So maybe I'm just locking myself a little here in Azorius, and I have much more blue cards, good white cards already. So maybe white isn't that necessary. I could have moved to black because the best white card is a removal, and we have a good removal here as well. Or in green I have also a good card, so white is more like good in numbers, but also I have multicolor. So that's another tiebreaker, we can say. So here I think this can be nice. I think in Golgari counters deck, but Gecko is very good, but I don't think I'm picking a much worse card if it's even worse. I think maybe it's slightly worse than Gecko. I'm not sure if it's worse than this Shadow Cat. It's still a good flyer. Maybe I'll take this one, support this domination a little. And still it's a nice card for a party deck starting the party at turn 1. If I have this in my opening hand. And replaces itself in the late game, so it's pretty nice overall. So I think Stalker is still a little better than this Veil. This is also a card to consider. Okay, and here I'm taking actually the best card from this bunch, and it's a white card, so keeping myself in Azorius pays off to some degree here. This could be also good enough in my deck, but this is just a better card, especially since I don't have live game payoffs right now. And I think I could use at least one card like this. So draw spell. I don't even have field research now, so this makes sense. I can pass this I have 2 copies already, and it's... I could use the third, but at this point it's better to have... Okay, I have a draw spell here. I forgot about it for the moment, but I think I can play both still. Five wizards, but I won't play this one. I think I have 4 that I can play in my deck, but there's also the third booster coming, so... So still not a lot of clerics. I won't speculate on this, just tomorrow wizard. This is a very nice card. Fits my deck. I still have wizards. Is the most popular among my creature types. I think it makes sense. Crawling barons are also pretty nice, but it's a nice early pick when you're open to all the colors and you can just play it in any deck, I think. But here I'm decided on colors, so let's just take this fledgling, this very threatening card if played early. I like this. Mara Wizard also is nice, but the second copy isn't worth as much as the first, I think. So this one is very nice. And actually some good cards for me. Shepherd, I think, would be the second choice, but cheap flyer that's can steal an artifact from time to time is very nice. So here practice tactics is the only competition, but I think I prefer the second Into the Royal to second practice tactics. So I don't have any warriors besides 2 pack beasts. I could consider this, but I'm not sure. Maybe let's take this, because the 13 Into the Royal isn't worth that much, so maybe we can... And I don't have a good number of creatures, since I have a green creature here and maybe something else, but some creatures that I would prefer to cut, so I don't want to... If it's a party deck, I need a healthy number of creatures, so... Oh, that's a nice surprise. So maybe I can cut this Skyclave blunder after all, but I won't regret that pick anyway. So that's, I think, the confirmation that I'm the only person going into Azorius right now. So maybe this is surprising, but I think I'll take this one and 6 wizards, but I don't think I'll play 2 copies of Chilling Trap anyway, so let's take this anti-cognition. I may cut it, but I'll just have the option. And I have a lot of spells, so let's just take it and see what I can do with it in my deck. And I won't play any of these cards. So. And Colossus is a card to consider, I think, in my deck. So it's a nice pick. As for such a late pick, it's pretty nice. Okay, so thanks for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe on my channel. I will build my deck in the next video, so stay tuned.